Okay, I was taking a shower, connecting again with my skin, the water, the temperature, how unsatisfying cold it was, and how satisfying cold it was, and how the lack of everything is the full of something, and how easy I perceive the infinite dimensions, and how I've been transcending the human rational thoughts is just transcending mine. I don't have to care about any of the thoughts about the rest of the people, only the ones that they were intoxicating my thoughts. I don't care about anything else. Anything else is everybody else, and it can be any plant, any animal, any rock, any molecule, any. At the end, if you go to the deepest in the molecule, we are all exactly the same. When you start in the starting point, which is the no-duality, just seeing these things that I'm saying, it doesn't mean that you have reached the starting point of the no-duality. Before the starting point, because the starting point there is no hesitation. When you are there, you know what I'm talking about. I cannot tell you with words. When we are talking about different dimensions, we cannot evaluate in the same progression with the same stupid things like evil and good and devil and God. And somebody sent me a video of someone speaking about something very interesting, and that I agree with the symptoms, but I don't agree with the diagnosis. Just like it could be psychiatry, psychology, astrology, or in this case, it would be religion. I'm getting lost now. So the thing was, why many people or everybody dislike you? And yeah, the symptoms were correct. The symptoms is, he was very right in describing who was that victim of prejudging. But in every moment, instead of going to the core of everything, it goes continuously to external things. So it makes you feel this because of that, because of this, and then at the end is God, the one that gives you the power to keep going. And how? Because all these negative things that you are feeling, they come through spirits that they are evil spirits. So you have nothing under control, of course, as a persona, but the consciousness is laughing at the whole narrow, small system when I am talking about the no dual feeling as starting point. All these arguments, they are stupid. They take to nowhere. They take to a waste of time, a lot of energy wasted, and a lot of violence generated. And by violence, I'm not saying negative energy or positive energy. I'm saying violence. And violence, there are many people who love it. So if you don't change the perspective of how you are evaluating things, then you can say, oh, is this God or this? If you don't transcend religions, then the next message that I got, I haven't read it, but it was about tantras, ancient tantras, amazing because of the amount of magic that is carrying. And all my videos are about just putting this as the paraphernalia to show what the essence was. In all my videos, I'm talking about that. And some people who are very awake, what they do is just mixing religions, and then they are much more awake than any others in just one religion, and that's it. But they are not aware of anything because they didn't transcend, and they don't know where they are. They know where they were or not. So I am not in favor or against tantras. I'm not in favor or against religions, all of them. I'm not in favor or against magical things and amulets. They are just part of your limited reality, and you think you feel comfortable in that, and then you stay there. But how do I know that you're not feeling comfortable? Because I can feel the contradictions in between the life you are living and what you are telling me that you are doing. If I manage to see that, this is not a religion, this is not philosophy, this is a combination of many cardinal points, because everything is a cardinal point, as long as you are connected to that, and then you see what is that, what is it, what are you, and where you are. When you are able of change yourself into different contexts, and not just thinking as a person, you can feel as a diamond or something crazy that is ridiculous to say with the words. Only flowing like that is when the imagination is boiling. I made this video in Spanish. Now I remember. So in a way, I'm translating the video I did this afternoon into English, because the messages coming from Facebook with this person who lives in India, and I have these common friends that they are all into light warriors and things like that, but then on the other side you see how much ego is in there, and you can be the richest person with this super mega power of controlling the light, but if you believe in that as an external power that you have to, I don't know, sacrifice something or just burn money, it doesn't matter, and then you get it. But then on the other side, something happens, and then you believe in some black magic because you cannot not believe in this if you are believing in the other one. And it's always like that. If you don't transcend, when I mean religions, I mean all kinds of superstitions, because nothing means whatever you think it means in the first moment. It can mean that, but what if it means something this and this and that, and when you are feeling it, and you are really feeling it? So, I don't know what the video was going to be about, but the Spanish version was that having all these crazy ideas interconnected as paraphernalia, beautiful paraphernalia, but the essence was the same all the time. That's what I was meaning about the life and evil. When I expressed that evil is as bad as good. And what I meant, it was at the same time, in both dimensions. And then we started with word games, with double U's. And it was a very nice, kind, polite, sweet way of dancing with words. Probably with energy. This guy is a musician. I don't know anything about this person. So maybe if this person listens to all my messages about connections with music in such a high level that it's impossible to know it if I am not a musician at all. I haven't played almost a note in my life, but the places where I've been, it doesn't matter. There is a higher structure for everything, and I don't need to be a musician to talk from that side, because I transcended the words. So in the next level, everything is the same thing, and it's not another level and another and another. It is a huge awareness of something that becomes an obsession, and that obsession doesn't let you see the manifest, which is just the other realities, because you are enjoying your amazing reality so much and so focused, because it's so real in the real world and so real in your unreal world. But there are, in any cardinal point, you can have the same experience, because you don't need to go to the deepest experience, to be the best guitar player. Isn't that an aberration? It's like the best surfer, the best climber. I've been doing all the videos about this kind of, it's the same. But maybe the climber was never a musician, and both of them know exactly what I'm talking about. So thank you very much for the video about Jesus. My name is Jesus. I don't believe in Jesus since I am 15. I'm not against anything. I just simply assume, felt all my life that we were all Jesus when we were studying that. But there is a moment that you lose your childhood, and then you are that Jesus, and that's it. You don't have to believe still in things, in this rational, because Jesus is only one small perspective of the whole society in that moment there. So I am a completely different Jesus, as these people think they are Jesus, just the way they are following their Jesus. And that's why Jesus is not found. That's it, because it was like a society, and that's it. It's the message. And Socrates, I always, most of the time, talk about Socrates. I always talk about Buddha. But with Jesus Christ, I always have this thing that is the best campaign of marketing. That's it. And everybody should know that. And then they go to Buddhism, and then they go to Hinduism, and it is the same. It is all of them are the same. But listen to the messages that could have something in common. And the people are taking the opposite, because the more Puritan you are, is the one that has less in common. And then we are again against fusion, like jazz fusion with flamenco. I made also a video about this, but in Spanish. And everything is so interconnected that I didn't even know I was going to make a video, but I was just in the shower feeling all these connections, and then these messages on WhatsApp. So I'm going to share this video on that WhatsApp conversation. And some people would understand everything, some people nothing, some people would feel nothing, the ones who understood everything. Some people would feel something, and some people would feel a lot. And there is all the possibilities, the names, and then with the last names of the possibilities. And it's always like that. And US3 can make that kind, like well, many people, depending on the background of everything, you can see the freak people. When people, they say, oh, I'm a freak of climbing, I am a freak of surfing, whatever, philosophy, singing, fighting, killing, masturbating, it doesn't matter. Some people have some strange obsession, but the ones who have a strange obsession they have many strange obsessions, because there is no strange for them. It's the familiar thing. And it's always about reactions. Always about reactions. If there is nothing, everything in a fusion reaction, because it can be chemical, it can be mechanical, it can be psychological, spiritual, and blah, 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 blah. This fusion that I was talking about science and craziness. Because for me, craziness means lucidity. I think there is a song called Crazy Lucidity, but craziness for me is absolutely, is the same. Is the unmanifest, and it is the same of lucidity. And what is the unmanifest? The things that I've been painting. I cannot explain with words what the unmanifest is. I felt it many times, and I remember explaining for the very first time in my life. From here. And somebody said, you didn't do the homework. And I said, because it is here. And then we discover together what the unmanifest was. That we have no idea if it has something to do with the definition. And there is no Spanish word to define that. I have no idea how to say it in Spanish. But I use the in manifiesto. I don't know if it exists. I have no idea. Because the unmanifest is a question about something in the power of now. And I read a little bit, and I agreed with everything, and I agree with so many people sometimes that, okay, they are not offering me anything new. And I'm not going to offer anything new for whatever reason. So I don't pay much attention to things that they are so familiar. Why? I don't know, because I think there is the same possibility to open this door to someone who is a pope in Vatican, or a skinhead. No, they are quite similar. Or a survivor from an accident in an island. For some strange reason, the whole energy took me to the movie about the Lord of the Flies, but I just transcend the Lord of the Flies, and I went to somewhere else, and then I came back here, and in the meantime, all the experiences that I've been having is because of Tai Fu Quoc. I always get where I am in any moment, doesn't matter what I'm doing, can be scuba diving, jumping from an airplane. I know where I am. And Tai Fu Quoc es uno más de los símbolos que he ido trascendiendo, porque los he ido creando. Al principio me los han ido creando otros, ¿no? Los seres humanos te van creando cosas y te las vas creyendo y luego las vas desarrollando, las vas desmintiendo, las vas recreando y las conviertes en otras historias. Pero no te peleas con ellos. El problema es que la gente no es así. La gente cuando se encuentra algo así se va a pelear contigo. Entonces, en el arte está en ser invisible, en ser escurridizo, en ser resbaladizo, en ser dulce, agradable, todas esas cosas, pero las otras... Porque en cuanto haya algo negativo, en el mundo tridimensional a esta persona la pueden matar. Y lleva pasando toda la vida. Y por suerte, yo no soy nadie.